Hi, everyone. I'm Steve here again with Pastor Victor Brote. Thanks for being with us, Pastor.
Great to be here.
So we were talking about this verse, this short verse in Hebrews, and you can get so much out of such small sentences in the Word of God. And we were talking about, are we encouraging people or discouraging people? And that's what this verse kind of brought to mind for me. And when we're encouraging people, we can have such a positive influence in their life. And when we're discouraging them, whether it's on purpose or by accident, we're hurting them. So, what do you got for us?
Hebrews 10:24. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds. This is like a Christian essence that's here. It's not a command, and yet it's an expectation that this is how we live. This is how we are alive, where we encourage one another. And I was listening to some pastor say that there's a whole group of people that they come to church late and they leave early. And it kind of does something. There's no relationship that they build within the church. They're watching from the sidelines instead. And for Steve and I were both athletes when we were kids, and it's sort of, we want in the game. We don't want to be on the sidelines. We want to be there doing it. And really, God is calling us to be in the game, to be real with each other, and to speak. This is where Jesus comes alive. You can't just put him at a distance. When our relationships are Jesus relationships, we connect with each other. And because we connect with each other, we encourage each other. We speak encouragement. I know you got something to say there, Steve.
Well, I was just going to
There's so
say,
much
how could
here.
you tell? I was just going to say that sometimes, also in encouraging people with our words is one thing, but sometimes we can say so much more by our actions. And as you were talking about that, the things that we do and the things that people see us do have a huge impact. And, the cliche talk is cheap and, don't tell me, show me. I mess up all the time, but I try to live my life like that. I try to live my life in a manner that pleases Christ, not just talk a good game, because talk means nothing.
Yeah, you reach out, you touch people, you speak the love of God to them, and it's part of your life. And this is how it's real. You will dry up on the vine if you're not doing this. And I just want to encourage people out there hearing this, that if you haven't made a connection, either go someplace else, do something else, but make a connection with Jesus and encourage that. That's what you're called to do. This is real life. It's not experiencing the finest foods. It's not experiencing, I don't know, jumping out of a plane and parachuting, whatever thrill. That is nothing compared to this. I look forward to the time where I can fellowship and encourage one another, because it's a two-way street. They speak of Jesus, and it's a different perspective, but it's the reality of Jesus, and he becomes alive as we share and as we do the deeds that he calls us to. And notice that our actions, we don't just sit back and let Jesus save us. That's not, we don't just get in under the wire into heaven. No, we are called, we are designed to be encouraging, connecting with other people, and strengthening them. And I just love that this passage is so direct and simple and true. It's just the goodness of God that is lived out when we speak encouragement to one another. I go by the way, I go to a fairly large church, and we kind of sit in an area. We've even gotten a group. We call ourselves the Overcomers because a lot of old people like me uh, limping around, and we just it's just like we look forward to seeing each other. We're part of a group that connects, and that's the way real Christianity is lived. We need to connect to one another, and it's so powerful.
Yeah. Well, it's such a short verse and such deep meaning, but not always so easy to apply. And
Yeah.
as always, Pastor, we thank you for your input, and we will see you next time.
Be encouraged in Jesus. Go with him.